Hey dreamers, so obviously we're starting with a clean face and we're going to go in with a primer. I never ever skip primer and I'm using the Maybelline Master Prime by their Face Studio. And then my favorite foundation of all time, as you guys already know, is the Maybelline Fit Me. I try and use the same primer as I do foundation because I feel like they get created to kind of mesh together. So I'm using my beauty blender and I'm blending that in. And today we're not doing a lot of concealer. I'm just taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer and putting it under my eyes and blending it onto my eyelids to use as an eyeshadow primer so that my eyeshadow pops a little bit more. That is the trick that I use. You can add a little bit more concealer if you want, but this is how much I use today. And now we're going to start setting the face. And today I'm using the LA Girl pro.face HD Definition Matte Powder. The key here to setting your face is using a compact powder. Compact means it's not loose. So I use my compact powder and I set my entire face using a big fluffy brush. It doesn't matter what exact brush you're using as long as you set your whole face. Beautiful. And now we're going to set the under eye. Instead of baking, we're going to be using the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder in Buff Beige. I use a shade, as you can tell, it's 2 or 3, maybe 4 shades lighter than my skin tone, and I just swirl my beauty blender in that pressed powder, and then I just press it into my face, and it really makes your skin look filtered and airbrushed. I used to bake, and sometimes I do bake, but when I want to do a quick makeup look, this is fast and it looks amazing, and I've been doing it lately, so it just works. So I do that under my eyes, on my forehead, and on my chin. All the places that I would highlight or bake, I set with that light matte powder. And now moving on to a little bit of contouring or bronzing, whatever term you use. I showed you guys 3 different brush options you can use just to show that it really doesn't matter what brush you use as long as it's kind of angled and it's going to just be able to chisel out your cheeks a little bit. I just chose whichever random one and I dip in my e.l.f. Cosmetics Turks and Caicos bronzer. This bronzer is like $4 and it's my absolute favorite. And I'm just contouring my face and bronzing my face up so that my under eye don't look too bright and so that the rest of my face just kind of snatches it all together. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush here, you guys will see. And I'm going to use a brush about that size to contour my nose. And I just take that same powder and just go along the sides of my nose and under the tip to make it look smaller. And you guys can feel free to use whatever blush you want and whatever brush for your blush that you want. It really doesn't matter for there. So let's move on to eyeshadow. I'm using this 9C Artistry palette from Morphe, and I'm taking the color, I'm pretty sure that's the color Stone Fox. It's just the shimmery color, and I'm using it to highlight my entire face just to show you guys that you can use any shimmer. You don't have to use a special highlighter, okay? Oh, I guess I did my eyebrows here. So I'm using this pomade and this tiny little brush to start carving out my eyebrows. This pomade is like $3 or $4, and this little tiny brush actually came with a Benefit Cosmetics product from a long time ago. But e.l.f. Cosmetics has a brush that is literally that size. That's $2 that you guys can find at Ulta, at Walmart, at Walgreens. So yeah, I'm just using that pomade and then I'm carving out my eyebrows, and then I'm just lightly filling it in and doing a little bit of a feather motion at the beginning that you guys will see. And then after that, we're going to move straight into the eyeshadow. And I'm using that same Morphe Brushes 9C Artistry palette. So we're going to start with Stone Fox, is the orange shade, on a fluffy brush. The brush that I'm using is also e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's the Fluffy Eye Blender brush. And I'm just packing that orange all over, basically. You don't have to be too exact. And then I'm going to take that purple shade, Rich Girl, and put that a little bit lower than the orange. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a darker color and put that a little bit lower. So it creates this gradient effect. And then you can just use your finger. I feel like your finger works best with shimmery eyeshadows. And I just pressed it on, as you can see I'm doing here. And that literally finishes the eyes. Okay, I'm showing you guys the difference between wearing lashes and not wearing lashes. It looks good without, but with it, obviously, it's just this whole nother moment. I got these lashes at my local beauty supply store. They're $3.99, and they're literally my favorite now. I go back all the time, and these lashes I'm literally wearing today. I've reused them about 5 times now, and I'll keep on doing that. So I like to trim the front and the ends, as you guys just saw. And then I just take the end of my eyeshadow brush to apply my glue. And I do use bonding glue, which is for making wigs and hair and stuff, but I don't really care, you guys. And this is about how long it takes for it to dry. And that's why I like using it, because it takes like 20 seconds. All the other lash glues I've used in the past always take too long, and I always try to put them on too early, and then my eye makeup gets all fucked up because it's not dry. So yeah, this dries fast and you can just stick it right on there. It stays all day. It works for me. I hope it works for you. After you stick your eyelashes on, this is essential. You must, I repeat, must put mascara on, because there's eyeshadow and there's makeup products on your normal eyelashes that needs to be blended, and it needs to be black to blend with the falsies that you just put on. And now moving on to lips, I'm using this LA Girl lip liner in the color Chestnut. I can't find a brown lip liner in store to save my life, so I ended up ordering that one online actually. But I use that, and then whatever fall lip color you want to use. Today I used the NYX Cosmetics Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in Soft Spoken and Tea and Cookies. But whatever nude you want to use, you want to go vampy, you want to go nude, you can do a lot of different lip colors with this makeup look. But that really concludes it, you guys. I hope you learned something and that you can try this at home. It was so easy, and yeah, I hope you guys were able to follow along. I love you all, and I will see everybody in my next video. Mwah.